Hi, my name is Anna McKee, and thank you for watching my video book review on Everybody Lies, written by Seth Stevens Davidowitz. This book was written on the premise that by analyzing big data collected from the internet and all of the searches and traces that they leave behind, the data proves that everybody lies. We lie to our friends, our family, on surveys, on social media, and to ourselves. And the author also believes that Google is a digital truth serum. So why exactly do we lie? Primarily to make us feel good and to look good to others. Because of this, what we believe to be true about others may not be true. Davidowitz began his research to learn about the human psyche, primarily utilizing Google Trends under the premise that people don't lie to Google. He believes that the lies stop once the Google search box is open. And why does he believe this? Because when we open Google, we are seeking out information. Therefore, our searches are truthful, almost confessing things to Google that we would not confess to humans. Davidowitz sees this data as a digital truth serum that basically unravels the truth about everyone. The author used data collected from Pornhub and Facebook, and most topics in this book are very controversial, such as embarrassing sexual interests, pornography, violence, things that basically reveal prejudices that people hide, and our hidden fears and our own insecurities. Without going into detail about the results of his research, they are very revealing and some unnerving. One of the primary goals of this book is to educate people about big data. While I believe there's a significant amount of data that can be thought of as truthful, it can't be taken for gospel. For example, one of Google's features called Google Instant Autocomplete suggests links when you start typing in a search. Click on the wrong link and you can end up on a website you don't want to be on, making you a statistic in a book like this. There are some limitations to the use of big data. For example, it cannot be used to predict the stock market because the data set is so large and there are so many variables. Eventually, and purely by chance, you would be able to correlate the data with positive stock performance, but your luck would run out quickly. The key to using big data is to utilize human judgment and small data to complement big data. For example, big data may reveal massive patterns of behavior, but what is measured may not be of value in and of itself. Even Facebook understands the limitations of big data and uses small surveys to uncover insights that may be easily overlooked when only patterns identified by big data are used. While I believe there is some validity to the author's theory in terms of the reasons people turn to Google to find answers, I believe some of his theories are based on broad assumptions. For example, everyone uses Google search to find out something about themselves. For example, I know people who have cancer. I Google about cancer. I Google about survival rate, etc. and treatment. Doesn't mean I have cancer. And then my friend Googles about cancer. And then her husband Googles about cancer. And bam, the results are skewed. Just because I Google about cancer doesn't mean I have cancer. Another specific Google search that intrigued me was that the number of people who Google search the size of a penis. The author assumes that every search is conducted by a man, when I doubt very seriously if that's the case. One question that arises is in regards to ethics. Is it ethical to use this data? Should we be informed that our search data is being used to data mine people's thoughts and behaviors? In a recent survey conducted by Shilton & Sales in 2016, 66% of respondents believe they should be notified about why their online data is being collected. 69.2% want the results to be shared with them, and 91.5% agree that there should be a way to remove individuals from data sets upon their request. These responses highlight the importance of transparency in online data research. Throughout the book, the author does not provide a definition of big data or how it can be used in practical ways by individuals, businesses, and government. That doesn't mean it isn't useful, and one of the biggest contributions of the research from the author is the potential for big data in the future. Well, this concludes my video book review of Everybody Lies by Seth Stevens Davidowitz. I found it to be very interesting and enlightening and will definitely recommend it to my family, friends, and colleagues.